Well, howdy there, brothers and sisters. Today we are going through Silo Delta and explaining how to speedrun it or how to clear it fast. The build we are using to clear this is Bingo and Willfire. If you use any other builds, you will need different food buffs, but here's what I used for the silo. We have used Iced Tea with Bellflower buff, and this just gives us 10% roll increase to the base chance. We used level 5 Chef Azars, which gives us 38% boost to the Iced Tea. And lastly, if you have the Ice Dish Brain Freeze, you will get another 30% boost for your Iced Tea roll. Now, with all of these buffs applied and rolling with Iced Tea, you will roll this far away. Now for the food buffs, you can use a movement speed buff to even boost your movement speed further, but I prefer to use a hot dog. But if you use Stardust Ratatouille, then this is how fast you will move with the buff. You will be teleporting. So the same applies for hot dog or whatever food buff you use. If you use Bingo, I do not recommend using crumbly bread because you will do less damage. That is why I advise you to use hot dog in anything you do or whatever boss you kill. Bingo, hot dog is the best. Now for the deviation options, you need to use Lone Wolf, and I will show you a run with Lone Wolf and then a run with By the Wind. And basically what Lone Wolf does is, if you didn't know, once it attacks an enemy, the enemy gets the aggro. Now it's not just the enemy it attacks, basically every enemy surrounding the area, so this is why I love Lone Wolf Whisperer. You can obtain this from Manibus or Prisoner's Clash. It is obtained from killing the Shadow Hound, which is over here in Manibus server. However, it's locked because we are in the way of winter, so can't really get it unless you trade with other players. It has to be level 5 for maximum damage, because if you take a look here, it increases weapon damage received by the attacked target by 43.2. So it has to be attacked by the deviation. Not you have to shoot it, the deviation. And that's why I prefer to use this. It boosts your damage by a lot. Now, of course, if you don't use this Lone Wolf, then you can use By the Wind. And the way you get this is from Prime Wars in PvE Manibus server, or Call of Evolution. I forgot what it's called, but basically that's the only way to get it right now. If you don't have By the Wind, you can trade it with other players, or you can play in Prisoner's Clash, or you can click Escape, click here, click Season Goals, Season Shop, click on Seasonal Loot Crate, and select this. You can get a random Prism crate opened, and you can get either a level 5 Radiant one or a level 5 Berserker Zara's Rex. Now this is completely random, so if you spent the crate and you didn't get it, then I'm sorry. Unlucky, bro. But yeah, these are the ways to get By the Wind. And By the Wind, what it does is you just activate it and you fly in the sky. It rises you up, but it does not give you any damage bonuses. It only gives you immunity to fall damage while it's active. But as soon as you deactivate it, it's gone. Now, one funny thing you can do is use the By the Wind and just spam E. The more FPS you have, the faster you're gonna dash off the edge as you are levitating up. So let me know if this works for you in the silo, and let me know how many legs you're gonna break using this tactic. Another option would be getting a mini wonder, and you can craft them in Eternal Land, and once you do, you get a really good one. You just transfer it to the main world. This might get patched in the future, so by the time you're watching this video, this might not be available anymore, but so if it works, if the mini wonder blocks Vulture's bullets, let me know down below in the comments. Now for the build that we're using. This build is already covered by me in the channel. I have a full spreadsheet of the damage calculations and everything and what is the best optimal mods to use, so check that out in the pinned comments. However, I will still show you my build that I used for the speedrun. There is 2 presets. One is for grade 1s or bosses, and one is for elite and normal mobs. So in this silo that you clear, the last boss is considered a grade 1. It is not an elite enemy, and I will tell you why. It's because the health bar of the boss is huge or big, which means it is way more than an elite. Any bosses that have a huge health bar, it's considered a grade 1. So now this preset right here, this is the preset where we get unlimited ammo and we have momentum up with weak spot, weapon damage, and elite mobs damage. That is important because you will kill elite mobs faster if you have damage against elites. Momentum up is the best. For the mass mod, you want to have most wanted. I have weak spot, weapon damage, damage against elites and normal enemies. My best in slot mod for PvE. Then on the top piece, I don't have a better one, so I have a head-on conflict. And it just reduces damage if there's enemies nearby you and you receive less damage. And if you get melee damage, you get even less damage. Damage in general, not melee damage reduction. So, and it has weak spot, weapon damage, elites, and grey ones. The grey ones kind of ruins it, but hey, I cannot get a better mod. This is strictly for elites and normal mobs, by the way, so we can kill them faster. For the pants, we use a 3 strikes. Now, instead of 3 strikes, you can replace this with unstoppable. It depends on the range you're shooting the mobs at. So if you're shooting with a pistol at like 20 meters or 30 meters, you will still get an increased amount of damage. So you will kill them faster. However, I don't have a good unstoppable mod. It's only weak spot and magazine capacity. But you can see that when a bullet hits a target more than 20 meters away, for every additional meter, you get more weak spot damage. But you get 20% weak spot when you are 20 meters away. So it will kind of still benefit for your Willfire. And it will be for the Will Mag, where the 3 strikes is only going to be for the 3 bullets you fire. Now, if you did not know, if you miss the 3 bullets, you will still have the 50% damage. 99% people don't know this. That if you fire and miss the 3 bullets, they think that they lose the 50% damage. No, you don't. You keep the 50% damage until you fire and hit the 3 bullets. Then until the next reload, it will count again. We're using Ruthless Reaper on the shoes to get ammo back when we kill 2 enemies. That's what makes us get unlimited ammo. And for the gloves, we're using V-Spot damage. This is my best mod. I definitely need to use a munitions amplifier because it will give me more damage, but I'm using this just because damage against normal enemies. God roll mod, by the way. For the weapon Willfire, we're using a recover mark. When defeating a marked enemies, you recover 50% HP and 25% stamina. This is the preset for our speedrunning and killing small trash mobs. Once I'm done with killing trash mobs, I swap from this preset to this. And for this preset, you will find my build in the pinned comments, so you'll have to watch a separate video for that. And now with all of that, let's get to speedrunning, and I'm gonna explain what's going on. I swapped my preset here, you can see for the normal damage enemies. Now, this part here where I literally dash off the edge, this is only because I have 300 FPS or 200 FPS while I'm doing the silo. The only reason why I'm able to do this is you need high FPS. So without that, you won't be able to dash from an edge. So yeah, here we kill all the mobs. You actually don't have to kill all of them, but as soon as this guy spawns, you have to shoot him in the back, because if you take a look, his weak spot is actually the backpack. You have to shoot the backpack, not really the his head, because his head doesn't count as a weak spot. There you go, we pick up the key as quick as possible, open the gate, roll through the first fire, dash through the second fire with my melee weapon. Here you basically do a dash and you instantly glide to climb the fence, and as soon as you do that, make sure you reload your sniper here or whatever your highest damage weapon is and just destroy this guy. When he has a shield though, it's kind of annoying. It's gonna take forever. You need a specific weapon to break a shield fast. Of course, you have to summon your deviation for the max damage here, because if you don't, it's gonna take forever. Once you activate the fire, you just dash through. You have to kill 1 mob here, because if you don't, you're gonna get stuck. And the rest is just spam C, roll through this area quickly. And I swapped my preset here again, kill an enemy for 15% damage increase, because that's the Bingo's passive, and we just annihilate the boss here. That is pretty much it. I'm shooting it with a Willfire because it's kind of faster than Bingo. Here I swap my preset. Kill these trash mobs quick, because I can't damage the boss anyways. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kill the decoys. This is, honestly, the boss part is easier than the wall silo. I literally had more problems running through the silo than killing the boss itself, so that's kind of funny to me though. Here I swap the preset back to Grade 1's damage, and we just annihilate the boss. Boom. Now here's the example of using By the Wind. So you just summon it and you just shoot it here in his back. However, one funny thing that happens is, yeah, you saw how I just fly and broke my legs there. That is because I am playing on 240 FPS. Once you dash off or run off on any edge, if you're above the sky or something, my character just flies. So that's kind of an annoying bug I cannot avoid. You can see that after I finish my glide here I press spacebar and my character quickly glides to the wall. That's why I'm able to do it sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work. And as you can see here, you can just summon the By the Wind and just stay in the sky and shoot the mob without anything really damaging you, but it doesn't really work for me. Anyways, ladies and gents, that's about it. That's how you clear Silo Delta Pro Mode. It works with any gun. Maybe if you use like an off-meta gun though, it will be way slower for sure. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace out.